Billy Beige here. Today I'm looking at the Jazwares Stranger Things Demogorgon. This one is the 1/12 scale, it's a 6-inch scale figure, as opposed to the 1/18 one that's like 4 inches tall. So we're already, increasing a lot here. Increasing the detail, increasing the entire articulation, increasing the paint job, paint apps. Maybe through the roof. It already looks better than the 1/18 scale for obvious reasons. But this figure was $20 at Target, $30 at GameStop, and there's a bloody version coming from Jazwares Vault in a couple days for $40. So let's see if this thing is actually worth any of that. But already the package looks neat. It's part of a collection, apparently. They show a Dustin, an 11, but I have not seen anything of those figures yet. I've seen the 11 in the 1/18 scale, and it looks like $10 1/18 scale figure. But maybe in a $20 version, it'll look better, and so will Dustin, and we'll see if those are worth it if I ever get to see them in person or anything. So let's get it out of the package, because like this does have a, let's see how to get this here, because it's kind of the same. Let's see here. It does have where it comes with that alternate head, which is another selling point where I was like, ooh, alternate head. That's what I'm into. But it also comes with a base, and I don't want to mess up the box too much. Just don't want to like destroy it, but I'm probably going to end up destroying it. There we go. There we go. Because it does have where can you come out there? Oh, this is gonna be one of those things. Oh boy. Well, you were a nice looking box while you lasted. Here we go. Yeah, don't expect to save this. Yeah. I'm still glad there's no plastic ties holding it in. It's all sitting in a tray, and I don't have to fight anything or clip anything, because clipping plastic ties drives me insane, I deal with that with like Mythic Legions and other figures. I mean, those figures cost more, but like still, like I hate having to find clippers for things. Is there? Nope. There we go. Thank goodness. Now, I'll get this figure kind of put together, and we'll see what's up. So, out of the package, freeing up some of the joints, because there were some joints that were kind of stuck. I didn't need to use heat, but I did need to go and like isolate the joint and kind of slowly work it. Leverage is not your friend when you're trying to free up joints, just saying. If you have where you try to go from like the end of the wrist to free up an elbow, you're going to break something. So get real close and kind of just slowly work those. But after getting them all moving and everything, if this is the Demogorgon that I kind of wish that I got a few years ago instead of the Bandai one. This has where it has the articulation that I want, it has the paint scheme that I want, and it has the accessories, almost all the accessories that I'd want with a Demogorgon. Now, it does have the digigrade legs. It has where they're actually articulated on this, so I can get them low like this, and in fact, I can actually get them lower, but this is a good kind of this crouched low pose for him. Now, what I do like about this so far is this base that he does come with does have all the elements of the upside down, all the stuff we see in the show, the I guess you'd almost say like infection running through the ground, the mold / whatever is coming from the upside down, and it has a peg there. This is a great addition to a $20 figure, and the alternate head. Now, I wish it was more detailed than it is. It's not super great. There's not like super detail on like the teeth in here. I wish it was, because like there is on the Bandai one. It's even like slightly, I almost feel like it's painted better, at least around the teeth, on the 1/18 scale one for $10, but This is exactly like these are the things that I'd want to come with the Demogorgon. I do wish it came with alternate hands, because as much as the Demogorgon has where it's this tall, lanky horror, it's equal parts that and also can get down into a crouching and quad pose there. And I wish it had some flat hands or like some grabbing hands. That's if it had those two things, or even just like the flat hand, so it looked more natural to have it like down in a flat four-legged pose, all four on the ground, instead of being all kind of like I think it'd be perfect. I'd pay $25 for that. But let's take a look at the articulation. Articulation on the Jazwares 1/12 Demogorgon. Before anything, I will admit, this is a $20 figure. It's mass retail, stuff like that. It's at several different stores. What is going on? There are a few joints that are a little loose, but this is more, hey, you know, you got that Monday, Friday unit, and if there's something wrong with the figure, I will always get the one with a problem with it. Always. But it's nothing that you can't fix with like some little water-based polyurethane. Just drop it in the joint there, work it around for a bit as it hardens, and it'll add some friction in there. It's just a little bit like in the knee, just a little bit, and then I have it in the ankle a little bit. It's all on one side here, right here. But it's not bad, but it's not great. Now, articulation. At the head, he has a ball joint there. He can go down so far, go up so far. The base of the neck, it also has a ball joint, but it's kind of limited there. You can swap the heads, and you see there's a hinge in there as well. It's not, again, it's not super tight, but it does hold. So it's good. Again, this is all $20 figure. He has bicep butterflies, and they have where they're a little bit different than how you see with like McFarlane and everything. It actually has where it butterflies. This is like a real one here. It has a little piece there to show like the connection and everything. I think it looks very decent for this like kind of weird wiry body and everything. Now, he does have hinges at the shoulders. They go up to a T. He has twists at the bicep. He has double jointed elbows. And again, this is where I was like, hey, get close there, isolate it, and get the go up first. You really need to get this one going, and then this one. And it doesn't, you obviously can't like touch his shoulder, but it is a lot of range of motion, at least for what I've got out of Demogorgon so far here. He has a hinge at the wrist, goes all the way around, and he has that gross detail on those hands. Fingernails painted. They're a little messy though. But again, $20 figure. I'm not expecting a lot, but I am pleasantly surprised with when there's like real positives there. He has a ball joint at the top of the torso. It does get gappy, but he does have where he can like, look all the way down. Really, really reach back and twist there. He has a ball joint at the lower, at the abdomen there as well, so he can get tilting from side to side, twist. It's a lot there. At the hip, just like the 1/18 scale, he does have a drop down hip, which is great for him, so he can kick so far forward. And again, limited because of his weird bony butt to the back. He has a hip twist, and it is fantastic. Great hip twist there. He has double jointed knees. And then he has that digigrade joint right there. It can go so far back, so far forward there. And then at the foot, he does have a hinge. Go down so far. Go up so far. And then it has that twist there. But oddly enough, how I commented where, hey, the 1/18 scale had it in at an angle so you can get like more like side to side. This is a very slight angle on here. So if you want to get like that ankle rocker really going, it's like a choose your position, but it's not super great. Kind of not as good as the 1/18 scale there. But it's a matter of degrees. But I'd say for articulation, he's very well articulated for what he is, and again, a $20 figure. Let's take a look at some poses next. Here's the Jazwares Demogorgon with the other Jazwares Demogorgon, 1/12 scale Action Force and Marvel Legend figures, and the Bandai one from a few years ago. I think now that I've handled both, as much as I do like the Jazwares one, the Bandai one kind of just has where it's more imposing. And again, if it just had an alternate head and maybe some alternate hands, it'd be perfect. Even though it doesn't have the same range of motion in the abdomen, I really like the Bandai one a little bit more. So, do I think you need to add the Jazwares 1/12 scale Demogorgon to your collection? Friends don't lie. I paid $30 plus for this because of GameStop and shipping, and just wanted to get this in hand because I was like, wow, I'm really impressed by the other Jazwares figures so far this year. I really want this Demogorgon. This is going to be great. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say you do not need to pay more than $20. That's for dang sure. Just because of just how loose the joints are in the legs. Because again, it could be just Monday, Friday unit, kind of like, hey, it's a little loosey-goosey. I can tighten that up. But I'm not the average toy collector anymore. I have where I customize things. I have where I fix things, review things. I buy bootlegs to make better because I'm cheap. I have where I'm willing to put in my own time and effort. You shouldn't have to. You should have where you buy a $20 figure and it has where it moves right. It doesn't have issues or anything like that. You shouldn't have to deal with that. So I do not think this is worth more than $20. And even then, I'd say be cautious with it. Know what you're getting into. And part of the reason it has these loose joints is because, like, hey, if you look closely, this is all pinless. It's become kind of a thing you don't think about, but this figure is pinless. So that is kind of the issue. Like, all these like knees and stuff were stuck into the mold and injected, molded, and then boom. However they came out, they came out. But tell me what you think down in the comments below. Are you going to be a little bit more cautious when you go to pick up this figure? Because, I mean, again, I paid, I guess after shipping, like $36 or $37 for this thing. I regret that. It was not worth that. If I saw it in Target and didn't know this for, I probably would still impulse buy it, but still be cautious there. They do have, again, a Jazwares Vault $40 version coming out in the next couple days. I'd be cautious there. If you have where you like, if you have a good one of these, if you somehow have one that doesn't have any loose joints, it may be a great figure. I don't think it's worth $40, even if the joints are all tight. So I'm going to skip that Jazwares Vault release and just enjoy what I got. I'll fix what I have. That's my word of caution. Happy Halloween. Have a great rest of your October. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.